If you're looking to develop a nice, thick, meaty set of triceps, you cannot be training your triceps the way that most people do. The triceps have three heads: the lateral head, the medial head, and the long head. The long head is responsible for a lot of the mass that you're going to have in your arms. The reason for that is because the long head attaches all the way down at the elbow and all the way through into the scapula. So you have to be training that long head appropriately if you want a big set of triceps. The problem is, and the mistake that I see all the time, is that most people, when they come to me with what they're currently doing to build up their arms and to build up their body overall, they're doing a lot of press downs. Now, there's nothing wrong with press downs. Press downs mainly hit the lateral and the medial head, and it is going to incorporate some of the long head, but not as much as we need to. So I'm going to explain the correct way that you should be training your triceps and how to do it in the most efficient way to get the most out of longevity of your triceps and to get the most mass out of them. And when I say longevity, I'm talking about elbows. You have to have healthy elbows if you want big arms. And I'm going to explain. So the key to big triceps is, one, warming up the elbow. You have to warm up that elbow. Now, when I was younger, I used to jump in the gym and then just go and do like a French press or right into skull crushers, and it would literally annihilate my elbows. The key to having longevity and bigger arms is keeping your elbows happy. And you do that with warming up the elbows and really getting good pumps with press downs. So this is where press downs come into place. See, the thing is that tricep mass mostly comes from long head dominant movements, such as skull crushers or French presses. They don't really come from push downs. Push downs are a great movement, but they have their place, and they have their place for being optimal and one of the best for warming up that elbow and getting an overall good, decent pump in the triceps. So what you should be doing is, one, you should be attacking the press downs first to really warm up those elbows and get that elbow nice and happy, lubricated, a lot of blood in there, and just basically a little bit of a pump, right? Then the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to pick another movement, whether it's like, I like doing single arm press downs first because that really warms up the elbow in each arm. And then I like to do like a V-bar press down and really pump up the triceps and just really try to get as much blood as I can into that movement. And then once I do that, now my triceps are ready for the big, meaty, mass-building movements. And the reason why I do it this way, and I know what you're probably thinking, well, if skull crushers or French press activate the long head of the tricep and recruit that much more muscle mass, and that's the area that's responsible for mostly tricep mass, why don't I just start with that movement? Like I said, the problem is those movements, because you use a lot of weight, they piss off your elbows. And bad elbows mean you can't train them. You can't train them means they're not going to grow. Now, I've taken this to the extreme before, especially when I was younger. I said, okay, well, if skull crushers and French presses, anything that hits the long head is going to grow my triceps, why even bother with anything else?
Why?
And that is far from incorrect. So anyway, you pick that second movement, you just really do pump up the triceps, get a lot of blood in there. Then you move on to those heavy, big, long head based movements. So this way, the muscle is, one, primed and ready to go. Two, your elbows are nice and warm. And three, it's really not going to affect how much weight's on the bar. It might a little bit, but you'll be so warmed up and you'll get so much more out of that movement that the carryover will be beneficial for the long run. All right. Triceps should also be hit twice a week. A lot of people do them once a week, but twice a week is ideal. And because those two big movements that hit the long head, the skull crushers and the French press, because they're two big movements, I don't like to do them in the same movement. So since I do triceps twice a week, that's what I would recommend for most, is on the first workout, I would hit French press, which gets that overhead portion. And then on another day, I would do skull crushers to really focus on each one of those. And that's basically the meat and potatoes of my tricep workout for those 2 days. But trust me, the key with it is you have to implement the tricep press down and any other movement like that in the beginning to really warm up the elbow. Then you get a really, really good pump. Once your elbows are nice and warm, you pick another movement that's going to give you a really, really big, big pump, get a lot of blood into that tricep, and then you hit those mass movements. And I'm telling you, the growth that you will see from your triceps, give it a try. try doing a single arm press down first. Do anywhere between 2 and 3 sets, 15 to 20 reps. Really just focusing on squeezing, contracting the tricep, warming up the elbow, pushing all the way through. Then do a V-bar press down. Grab it, load up a lot of weight, and just pump the triceps, 15 to 20 reps there, 2 to 3 sets. Then go on to French presses and watch how lit up your triceps feel. And I guarantee you keep training your triceps that way, you're going to get way more development out of them that way. Plus, you'll keep your elbows happy, which will make you train for a lot longer and give you bigger arms in the long run. Now, if you're confused about how to train anything else, I got you covered. I have a free 6-week training program that I want to give you. No strings attached. I just want to help you to avoid all the mistakes I made along my 20-year journey. And I want to help you to build more muscle on your frame. So just click that link, get that program. And until next time, this was Anthony, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.